What do you make of the disclosure I mean, everybody's talking about disclosure, and they've handed the dossier over today, have they not?
100% nonsense. They literally want you to believe in space aliens when the truth is there's probably there's definitely, I'll say, other civilizations here on Earth.
Hello and welcome to Peaceful Rebellion and welcome to Dave Weiss, also known as Flat Earth Dave. Yeah. Hello, Dave. How are you?
Hey, Gordon, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
And thank you so much for agreeing to meet up. I know that you would just never stop. The amount of like on my feed, it's like you're stalking me. It's like every time I look at my feed, you're there. It's incredible. You do a
I,
lot of work.
I do my best. I'm trying to get this message out. This is the most important message in the world. And I can say that because, people are like, what about starvation and war and child trafficking? All of that is because people are lost, have no idea who they are, what this place is.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Well, one of the reasons why I reached out to you, Dave, other than I wanted to be able to ask you some questions and pick your brains, is that in the group that I have, I mentioned you, and not everybody knew who you were. Everyone thought your name was great, Flat Earth Dave. Oh, that's brilliant. And I thought, how strange that I would expect nearly all the awakened world to kind of know who you are. But so I thought, well, if I could get you on the show, and then people could get to know you, and then your
That's
reach extends.
what it's all about.
Yeah. So I wanted to start by asking you. I've heard you talk about this, your journey of waking up to that this is not a globe, yeah. And
Fact.
you said not to me but to everybody. As soon as I found out that, I realized that God must exist.
It's an absolute fact. The example I use is let's say it's your first day on Earth. You don't know anything. There's nobody here. And you're walking, you come to a clearing, and there's the World Trade Towers, 110 stories tall. Do you know that there's a builder?
Obviously.
Obviously, no doubt. There is a builder. Something, somebody, some creator built them. Who is the creator? Maybe you don't know. You got to figure that out.
Sure.
So flat Earth brings you to the point where you can't deny creation. And
Okay.
that I think is the most important revelation that somebody can come with. Somebody who's struggled their whole lives with spirituality, God, religion, didn't buy into any of it. I still kind of don't. I don't buy into organized religion. Um, and believed in evolution, believed the nonsense they taught us in school. When you can't deny creation, that's the beginning of your journey to your full potential.
I'm completely on board with that. I agree. And just to dig in a little bit deeper there, because you said, you've got to admit that there's a creator. The creator for you, what is it? What's your gut feel?
So the creator for me is created this world for us to experience, for us to expand the mind of the creator. I think we are all connected. We're all part of God. Um, Putting it into physical terms, like are we all neurons in God's brain? I don't know. That's a pretty cool analogy. Um, and we're all here experiencing that which we are not on the other side. Watch my interviews with Darius J. Wright. He comes closer than anybody to my internal journey of what this place is. I think that there's many um, reiterations of this construct that we're in, and we're here. We're a lot of people like Jeff Berwick say it's a video game, nothing's real. It's not far off, but it is real. Like if you were here, I punch you in the shoulder, you like cut it out, Dave. That hurts, right? Because we're in this reality, but the truth is, this isn't our true soul. Our true soul is we're just having an experience here. So I look at it like a shoot 'em up video game. You ever play a shoot 'em up video game?
Yeah, yeah,
Right? If you went in there and nobody shot at you, would it be any fun?
exactly.
All right, so here we are. We're in this game, and there's some hidden rules that people don't realize that nobody can break our free will. We have free will. Our thoughts create our physical reality, and I think it goes way deeper than that. Like you see stuff like just the other day. a couple days before the White House dinner where Trump allegedly almost got assassinated, he tweeted a clip from a movie about that exact same situation that was made 33 years ago. 33, there's that number
Yeah,
again.
wow, there's a number.
But why did he do that? Why was that movie made? I'm starting to think that this reality that we're in, that if anything that happens has to be like cast, like a spell. It has to be thought of. It has to be put into play. And so when you look at all of these things that line up for things that manifest, like, 9/11, for example, there are so many things that pointed at 9/11 and then 9/11 happened.
Sure.
And then, and the beautiful thing is people say, well, I'm only one person. I can't make any difference. And I still have to go to work on Monday. That's programming. That's not true. None of that's true. The only thing true is death and taxes, both lies. All right. So when you break free of this matrix of fear, false evidence appearing real, FEAR, you take your true power back and you start living to your potential. I mean, our potential is beyond what I can even imagine.
Sure. Yeah. Really interesting. There's something I wanted to ask you about. I kind of woke up to the world and realized there was something seriously wrong at 9/11, just a little bit after when I was watching this stuff.
Yep.
And that's when I went down all the rabbit holes, Dave, and I went down the flat Earth rabbit hole, which at the time was exploding. It was wonderful. There was just video after video. There was information everywhere, really good stuff. And then suddenly I watched the total dismantling of the flat Earth movement.
Well, they censored us in 2017. Back before 2017 on YouTube or Google, if you search something, it tells you how many hits there were. You search flat Earth, 600,000 hits, right? Whatever the number was. Back then, Trump was the number one search term. The day that that flat Earth passed Trump, they took the scoreboard down. And then they changed the algorithm. So now when you search top 10 reasons Earth is flat, you get top 10 reasons the Earth is not flat. Top 10 reasons it's a globe.
Absolutely.
Top 10 reasons. Yeah. You get, so that should tell you something right there. The fact that they're giving you the opposite of what you're searching for on this should tell you that you're on the right target. And to say that it's gone away, it's not. They've made it harder to find, but there's too many of us out there now. There's way too many. This is my app, and I have a thing called the Friend Finder on the app. So let's just take a look at the United States here. These are the people that are using the Friend Finder on my app. Wow. That's crazy. Where are you located?
I'm in Spain.
You're in Spain. So let's go over. We're having the Guru Gathering in Spain in September.
Really?
It's going to be amazing. Go to my website, flatearthdave.com, and click the banner, Guru Gathering. Amazing people, amazing musical artists, conspiracy music guru. I don't know if you know who he is, but his stuff, he's literally probably one of the best musicians in the world. And it's going to be great. That's in Spain in September. So,
all right, cool.
So
is
go.
Barcelona.
We stop in Madrid and then we fly to Alicante, and it's an hour from Alicante.
Oh, okay, cool. In the south. Yeah,
okay. So again, to say flat Earth died, it didn't. It's exploding. Exploding.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I watched them dismantle it, and now I'm watching it explode again. But it's coming back better.
Yeah, well, it's coming back more refined, and we figured out a lot of things that we didn't know. Flat earthers know that we don't know lots of things. Globe believers think they know everything, and they don't know anything. You go to a globe believer, you're like, oh, okay, you're going to debate me on the globe. Okay, let me ask you a couple quick questions. What's the radius of your globe? I don't know. Circumference, speed that it's spinning at the equator, how far from the sun, how big is the sun, how'd they figure that out? They don't know any of those answers, but they want to debate you about it.
Sure.
Right? But that's programming.
Yeah.
Now, when I first heard about flat Earth, I was like, it's too stupid to even bother to look at. I'm not going to give anyone any time. But then if you take the time and look, you realize this is the lie of all lies. The globe is the lie of all lies, not flat Earth.
Yeah, and what I've found is that no matter where you poke a stick at it, the globe idea, it falls to pieces.
I offer 3 bitcoins for one globe proof. One, and so far no one has even come close.
No.
And the people that really go to do it, they end up all becoming flat earthers. That's how I became a flat earther. I went to debunk it.
Sure.
Nobody
Sure.
was offering 3 Bitcoins at the time, but um, it doesn't
What,
matter because the Earth is not a globe.
let me ask you, because there was one particular thing that sold it for me when I was looking at the flat Earth. Obviously, I went in thinking, "What?" Because when you wake up, it's like you see so many crazy things. You go, "What? Can't be true, can't be true." And then you look at it and you think, "Yes, it is true." When I looked at flat Earth, what sold me was the idea of gravity and how even though the Earth's spinning, the gravity's just right to keep us on so we don't fly off. Yeah, that's kind of what the I was told. And then I looked at it and I thought, hang on a minute, but we've got the equator. God knows what the centrifugal force is there. As
1,000 miles an hour, but the globe
thousand
is will
miles an
go.
hour.
It's going slower than the hour hand on a clock, right? Because it's hour hand on a clock takes 24. It goes around twice in 24
Right.
hours, and you can't see it move. But that's not a fair analogy. If you were on a merry-go-round, regular carousel, right?
Exactly my
And
story.
if it went around once per day, you wouldn't even notice that you're moving. You'd barely notice. You'd have to sit there for a while and go, "Oh yeah, maybe I am moving." Make it 24 miles around. Now you're going a mile per hour.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
be right back around, and you'll notice that. Make it 24,000 miles per hour. You're now going 1,000 miles an hour, angling to the side at 60 miles an hour, curving at 60 miles an hour. Don't tell me you're not going to notice that. You're going to be thrown off of that.
Well,
But that's what the globe is doing.
that's exactly what I was going to say. When I was a kid in the playground, we would go on the roundabout. And if you were on the outside and one of the crazy kids would start spinning, you would just about faint, be crying, flying off. But if you sat right in the middle, didn't matter how fast it went, you're just going, "Well," like this. And so I was thinking, hang on a minute then. So the people who are in Alaska or up in the top of the world, there's no centrifugal force. So they should be splattered. They should be squashed by the gravity. Surely gravity doesn't change from side to top. And that's
Well,
kind of what I was thinking.
they'll claim that things weigh less at the equator. If that was the truth, the airline pilots that fly from Ecuador to Alaska should be trading gold on every trip. They should buy gold in Ecuador and sell it in Alaska.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they don't do that.
Absolutely. What was it that sold you? What was the first proof that you
It,
went, hang on a
it
minute,
was
there's
that we
something
can
here?
see too far. Here's an example right here. This is Mount Viso viewed from Pisa. Um, let me just go here. Hold on a second. Where'd it go? There it is. Um, so it's across. So this is the observation. You can see the mountain here, right? And the distance is target distance 183.9 miles. The eye height, we got to take height into account, and it says that there's 12,978 feet of hidden mountain. So 12,978. The entire mountain is 12,602. So the top of the mountain should be 376 feet below the horizon, but we can
Good.
see all of this. Now, the global explanation for this is, the sun is already set. It's below the curve. The mountain's below the curve. The sun is refracting up, stopping at your eye level, and the mountain that doesn't have any light on it is refracting up and blocking the sunlight. The reason you can't figure that out is because it's stupid. Right? It doesn't make any sense. But the specific one that got me was seeing observations over the water. So here's one where we have we got 2 oil rigs here. One here at 6 miles away, and this one is at 10 miles away. The camera is, I think it's 8 feet over the water. So 6 miles away for this guy and 10 miles away for this one, right? Just over 10, right? Well, that doesn't seem very far. If you're a globe believer, that you wouldn't nearly see the curve. The horizon, the physical horizon, should be 3.5 miles away from that elevation. So the horizon should be here. That means I shouldn't be able to see the surface of the water
Sure.
beyond the horizon. Well, I can see the water here. I can see the water between, and I can see the water beyond, right? So this is what you have to believe. So let's say these are objects on a ball, right? And so I'm here. I'm looking here, right? So for me to see these other objects, they'd have to all refract up. They'd have to refract up so they're perfectly lined up. They're not going to refract up higher because that would look weird. If they refracted lower, you wouldn't be able to see them. But they're all going to refract up just the right amount so I can see them. That's crazy. It's just nuts. And the way they get away with it is that most people just want to repeat what they were taught, want to repeat what they were told. They want to memorize and regurgitate. They're unwilling to use their God-given brain to actually think logically.
It's true, what so another point I was going to bring up to you is that they like to they can't come back with something solid and say, well, actually, no, what you're saying is wrong because of this. So they can only either call you a name or try and make you look ridiculous. That's the system that they've got because they've got nothing else to offer.
If you have what I call a 100% belief, you're not like, I'm pretty sure that's not 100%. If you 100% believe something, and that's what they did with the globe, they made people 100% sure, any contradicting evidence given to you will confuse your mind. So you will literally make up things to keep your 100. Because if you contradict 100% belief, you literally become disoriented. Sure. So you will make up things. Well, it has to be refraction because I can't think of anything else. Therefore, it's refraction. Gravity is 96% wrong. Therefore, there has to be dark matter and dark energy, 96% of it, right? Yeah. If I lent you $100 and then, no, you lent me $100 and then today I give you $96 back, I say we're even. You'll be like, wait a minute. No, I give you $4 back. My bad. $4. Where's the other 96? I'm like, oh, they're dark dollars. Trust me, bro. Dark dollars. Trust me, bro. Yeah, trust me.
They're there. You just can't see them.
You can't see them, but trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. That's what the globe is. Trust me, bro.
Sure. Or are you a scientist? That's what we saw that during the pandemic. Are you a doctor?
How do you become a doctor? How do you become a scientist? How do you become a school teacher? You memorize and don't question and regurgitate. If you can memorize what's in those Rockefeller-funded textbooks, you can become the teacher of the next generation. Teachers aren't liars. They're just indoctrinated order followers.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. And it's a good point. Most people who are just continuing this story that we're living, they believe it completely. What do you reckon? What is the percentage of those who really know?
I think it's growing tremendously. I keep saying 10% of the world knows. I think it's more than that now. We're at that hockey stick dip. It's becoming so apparent, and literally we're one tweet away. One major influencer, like stupid Justin Bieber, right? He's got 150 million followers. He knows the Earth is flat. Okay, all he has to do is one tweet, and the whole world breaks. That's probably why he's not allowed to use his Twitter. That's probably why he's completely controlled. And there's other influencers out there, other big podcasts. I just got back from Las Vegas. I did some nice big podcasts out there, and there's people that are waking up and want to talk about this now. They're seeing my videos. They're seeing people like you discussing it, and they're wanting to talk about it. So it's growing faster and faster. It's incredible what's happening right now, and we're literally one tweet away from the world waking up.
You're right. And I think what's happening is when people hear other people talking about it, it makes them braver. It's like in the pandemic, nobody wanted to say anything. Well, now everybody's talking about it. Everyone's brave. You
have to look at the influencers with the big channels. Guess what? There's good money in having a popular, podcast. There's good money in it. The ad revenue. People don't know it that YouTube will pay you $4,000 per million views. Well, if you're getting 10 million views on a video, that's $40,000 per video, right? People don't understand this. Now, these big YouTubers, these idiots. A lot of them are idiots. A lot of them are smart, right? They're afraid of the flat Earth because flat Earth comes with ridicule. It comes with people getting pissed off. It also comes with a whole group of people that want to follow you now because you're awake and aware. But there also comes with a little bit of censorship sometimes. Sure. And so they're afraid, but it's happening. It's happening. And what needs to happen is if 2, 3, 5 podcasters, big guys, got together and said, hey, let's all record some flat Earth videos and drop them all on the same day. Boom. game over, right? We have the power to overthrow the control system. We don't need a revolution. We need to educate the people and ignore the ones that are trying to lock us down. Ignore, right? The government is a belief system. If nobody believed in the government, let's say everyone watched this video, they just heard what I said, and they go, everyone's like, screw the government. I'm never going to do anything they ever tell me again. If everyone in the world did that, what power would they have?
None.
None. They'd be able to do nothing.
Sure.
They'd be nothing. There's nothing they could do.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. Tell me, Dave, about your right where we're going with this, because we're on a path, and I can see that there's no stopping this path. In your kind of wildest fantasy, where will this end? Where will
Well,
it take us?
the flat Earth truth is out of the bag. You can't get it back in. People are waking up. It's already too exposed, and there will be just some video, some tweet, some news story, maybe even CNN would have me on or something, and people would watch it. But who the hell watches CNN? So something is going to trip everybody, and then it's going to be like an avalanche. And when that happens, there's going to be a lot of turmoil, right? Everything comes down. Educational institutions all have to rework. They'll probably all have to close. Most religious institutions are going to have to reframe themselves quickly. Governments are going to just be. It could be bad, because you have people that are freaking out, but it also could be really good. People like realize what this place is, will come together. I mean, people, they want us to believe that utopia isn't possible, that everyone kills each other in utopia. Back in the 70s, they did these utopia experiments or whatever, and everyone killed each other. That's a psyop. People are generally good. I mean, like, let me ask you a question. Where are you located? You're in Spain.
Spain. Mm-hmm.
Spain. Those Iranians have been bugging the heck out of you for the last 20 years, 30 years, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm up to here with Iranians in Spain.
Yeah. Nobody cared about the Iranians. The only people that care about them are the frigging governments. You got Netanyahu for the last 3 decades going, they're 2 weeks away. They're 2 months away from having a nuclear.
Like
Trump
10
the other
years
day
he's been
was
saying it.
talking to these kids. He's gone, yeah, well, the Iranians were 2 weeks away. And once they had those bombs, they were going to come and kill all of us. So we need to, it's like, it's so crazy what's going on there. It's actually humorous. At this point, I look at this stuff, I just laugh. It's just too funny. And then also, people are like, well, nukes are a problem. People have to realize that nuclear bombs aren't even real. They're not real. They're not real. Go on my channel, Flat Earth Dave 2. You can find it. You can link it on my website. Just click the interviews tab. And I put a short up there. I did Apollo, the original podcast. And we talked about nuclear bombs. And I showed some stuff. Nuclear bombs are fake. What about Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Right? They're fake. There was big bombs there. 3 days later, everything was open. The trains were running. Right? It's like, People are emotionally attached to their trauma. We were taught at school, kids in school, to hide under our desks as a drill for nuclear bombs. And I was like, wait a minute, nuclear bomb? From what you guys showed me, hiding under my desk isn't going to do shit. Okay?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
So
I used to watch a guy, Dave. There was a guy a long time ago who would go around. He was going around doing
Galen Windsor,
and he would eat a bit of plutonium. You would say, look, and you would eat it, and you say,
Galen Windsor. He'd swim in the pools also. He'd swim in the reactor pools at the nuclear power plants.
Yeah, incredible. If you look at, there's this thing that I was taught a long time ago, which was, as I was waking up, everything you know is a lie. Everything you've been told is a lie.
Not some things. Everything.
And it blows your mind. But
yeah.
Then you look at it and you think, my God, I think it's true. Everything.
When I first heard that everything is a lie, I was like, that can't be true, right? This is before I was even awake to anything. Well, we'll know our disinformation program is complete when everything the American public believes is false. William Casey, CIA director. I'm like, can't be everything. I challenge people sometimes. Name one major event that was real.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Yeah. And exactly, and one of the things I've trained in is hypnosis, and what I'm aware, asking myself, why are these psyops getting worse and worse and so transparent and obvious and horrible and ridiculous? And obviously, and some other people are going, yeah, well, that's very believable, of course. Oh, it's terrible that it happened.
They're hypnotized.
They're hypnotized. They're in deep
neurolinguistics.
trance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want you to look up an interview. Bart Sibrel did a debate with the oldest surviving astronaut that went to the moon. I forget his name, Charlie, I think. So Bart Sibrel did this debate, and the guy comes on, right? Old guy, astronaut. We all would need to respect the elderly and astronaut. And Bart came at him really hard, which made Bart look a little bad. But Bart Sibrel is a guy that debunks the moon landing. Moon landings are fake. So he called the guy a liar. The guy's not a liar, in my opinion. He's hypnotized. He never went to the moon, but he thinks he did. And so when you hypnotize somebody and you say, okay, you went to the moon, this and this and this and this and this and this and this, and this is how you answer all these questions. But if somebody asks a question that you weren't programmed with an answer, you go blank. So during the debate, he's brought onto this debate, debating the biggest moon landing, denier in the world. And the guy goes, you don't think we went to the moon? Like totally surprised, right? And Bart's like, no, I don't. 5 minutes later, something happened. Bart asked a question that like something that was impossible. And the guy goes, you don't think we went to the moon? Like he's hearing it for the first time. 5 times that happened. 5 times the guy was completely shocked that Bart didn't believe he went to the moon. That guy thinks he went to the moon.
Sure.
What's the ISS astronaut? Don Pettit. Don Pettit, the guy that goes, we lost the technology and it's a painful process to build it back again. The guy is literally the R word. And when they were looking for a new ISS astronaut, they put out an advertisement so everyone could apply. I think they got 40,000 applicants. Maybe it was 4,000, but I think it was a big number. And they picked Don Pettit. Are you kidding me? Don Pettit was the last guy I'd pick to spread mulch in my yard. All right. The guy is just a moron, but he believes he went to the ISS. There's several of them, and then the rest are just liars, paid liars.
Sure.
Yeah.
What you said about programming, if it hasn't been programmed in, you don't have an answer. That question of, did you see the stars? And
yeah,
it was like, oh shit,
yeah.
They haven't told us about that.
Right, and so the two of them, you're talking about the 2 astronauts that are both hypnotized. You got Don Pettit and the other guy. When you're hypnotized, you'll follow the lead of somebody else because it's giving you the answer. So they're literally feeding off of each other. It's so bad. It's so clear, but people just don't understand how the mind works.
For sure, yeah. And so coming back to why they're so bad now, I think what's happening is, coming out of hypnosis is a process. Yeah, you can come out of it. But for example, if I bring somebody out of hypnosis, it takes around about 10 minutes for them to actually come out.
Yep.
They don't come out immediately. And I think it's been a process for us as well. And I think, they're getting more and more sloppy because they're in a hurry. But also, we're starting to see more, our reticular activating systems open and we just see everything now. It's so apparent. It's so poor. That work's always been poor.
I think that they're trying they're trying to get behind it. They know it's coming out. So, like with this Artemis 2 mission, it's so bad. But I think they're doing some of these things on purpose. Because they want people to wake up. Because once you come up to space is fake, they're faking space, and all of the people that started NASA, they're all gone and dead. So who are you going to go after? And they'll say it's so compartmentalized. 99% of the people there don't even know that it's fake, and so that'll just go nowhere. But once you find out space is fake, then they'll be like, well, the Earth is flat. That's the next logical step.
Sure.
And it's going to be public knowledge. The question is, what will the world be? Will we be highly depopulated by then? Very possible. They're pushing for that right now.
Sure. Yeah. What do you make of the disclosure everybody's talking about disclosure, and they've handed the dossier over today, have they not?
100% nonsense. They literally want you to believe in space aliens. When the truth is, there's probably there's definitely, I'll say, other civilizations here on Earth, right? Mm-hmm. So there's biblical stuff happening right now. So whatever they're trying to hide, they're going to hide it with space aliens, right? Right now, we're going into a world war. All of this stuff is happening. perfect time for an alien invasion where everyone stops the wars and we all band together, like Ronald Reagan said, and we go after and
One
we
enemy.
stop. Yeah, and everyone will, all the NPCs in the world will cheer it on, and they'll be like, yes. And then they're like, okay, hey, these aliens look just like us. They're trying to get into our society. And we need digital IDs. And everyone's going to be like, yes, digital IDs, right? And they're going to cheer it on. And you know what? We need to watch where everyone's going. So everyone's car has to have cameras in it and microphones in it. And on the inside, wait a minute, they just made a law that that's the case for all the cars here in the United States. So all of this control grid's happening. It's the Internet of Things. They're going to literally have everything controlled. Oh, best guess what? You can't go 15 minutes from your home. That's it. You're in your 15-minute range. If you go out farther, your car will stop. It'll turn around. It'll drive you home. Your money won't work. Right? Total control system. That's what they're going for.
Sure.
And a lot of people will embrace it. They'll love it. Right now, think about this car thing. Everyone has to have these cars with all of this, self-driving and cameras. And like, if you look like you're drunk as you approach your car, the car won't start.
Yeah. If you look stressed, it won't let you drive.
Yeah, it won't let you drive. And then they'll but how you get everyone to give up their old cars? People hold on to their car. It would take like 50 years for people to give up their old cars, unless there was no gas. And now everyone needs a new car. But guess what? We can't make enough new cars. Well, you don't really need a car. Think, you got to buy a new car. It's 50 grand, whatever the number is. You got to electric insurance. And why don't you just use the Uber, the driverless electric cars? It'll cost you nothing. You'll have more mobility. And people are like, wow, that is cheaper. Instead of paying $600 a month for my car, I can just dial one up on my phone. I was in Las Vegas. There's driverless cars all over the place. It's incredible. It's incredible. So people are problem, reaction, solution. People are going to beg for their solution.
Sure. But what I see, I don't know what you think. What I see is, yes, I see that happen. That's going to happen. But I see us in this split where the people who know. And
yes.
There was absolutely no way will they go down that road. And then all the other people go, yeah.
Yeah, the people go there. It'll be like Logan's Run. We'll be the people on the outside. They'll be the people on the inside.
Yeah. If you read, there's a lot of stories like 1984. I happen to be reading 1984 again. But
why did they make us read 1984 in high school? Everyone, because they're incanting it. It's a spell. They're making people think about it to create it. They tell us about 9/11 to create it. We need to put our energy into these things.
Sure, yeah. And, the story always, and there's a lot of books that are very similar to 1984 that came out about the same time as well, which is like that, we've got to tell you how it's going to be. We must tell you. And then if you like it, fine. But it's always this division of, right, there are going to be two groups of people,
right.
Two groups of people.
So if the world runs out of oil, which looks like they're trying to do, they're trying to stifle though. If the world runs out of oil, how do we react? Well, our brains will go inside and say, well, how do we react? If the world runs out of oil, the only reference point we have is Mad Max, because it's a story about the world running out of oil. And literally, you're programmed to do these things. Yeah. Like, nobody laughed at somebody falling off a ladder until the Three Stooges made it funny. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So people don't know how to react to things.
Sure.
They react based on history. Right? Like a 1-year-old seeing somebody fall off a ladder, he's like, has no experience. Like, is that funny? Was he supposed to do that? They need to see how other people react. If everyone freaks out, the 1-year-old will freak out forever. If everyone laughs, the 1-year-old will think it's funny.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. And that's how we're programmed to think of these things.
Sure. And one of the downsides of waking up to the world is that it ruins all of the films for you, because you're sitting going,
I love space films. That was the hardest thing about Flat Earth, giving up all the space films. I love space films. But now I love decoding films. I like watching films that decode them, to look what they're doing here. Exactly. It's a whole new realm. It's a whole new world. And you know what? I love the aliens from outer space. Well, guess what? Aliens from outer space make no sense. The closest star is 25 trillion miles away, which is an unfathomable distance. But here, the extra territory is just a couple thousand miles away, right? Exactly. An alien, an extraterrestrial from the outer space beyond Antarctica, literally could get into a conventional airplane, come here, abduct you, do their anal probing or whatever it is they like to do, and then they can fly home and get home in time for dinner with their kids. Okay, it's literally a one day trip,
Absolutely.
as opposed to light years and nonsense.
I often wonder what it is that they're looking for up there, with the anal probing. Well, what are they expecting to find? I mean,
Maybe they don't. Who knows if they're even doing that? I mean, maybe they're just taking DNA. Maybe the fallen angels are literally trying to do genetic engineering.
perhaps,
Um,
yeah.
we're who knows what they've done. I mean, you look at like the Albando Monte map. It shows Antarctica. It shows all sorts of different animals. We seen stuff with Egyptians, like horses with human heads and stuff. I think that stuff was real. I mean, there was some stuff going on, and I mean, there's amazing stuff on my app. If you go to the Old World page and you scroll down a little bit, this guy Jake, I'm the Improbable Dreamer. He's got some stuff on there that'll blow your mind with different creatures that lived here, and of course, my lunch break. Do you follow him?
I've
My
looked at
lunch
it.
break.
Yeah.
My lunch break. He's on YouTube, Rumble, TikTok, everywhere. If you watch 2 of his videos, maybe 3, you will be addicted, and that's it. You're stuck. And then the Old World brings you right into flat Earth. Right?
Yeah.
There are 2 things that go together and cannot be separated. So there's tons and tons and tons of information over there. If you're just getting into this and you want to really go in deep, right here, the Lost History of Flat Earth.
Hmm.
The first video is 5 hours long.
Yeah, I've watched it.
You watched it. How good was it? How good was it?
Fantastic.
I refused to watch. I'm like, I'm not watching a 5-hour video. And then a couple people sent it to me, and I was like, I had it. And one night, 11 p.m., I'm just cleaning up my stuff. And I'm like, let me just throw this on the big screen for a minute, watch it for a couple minutes. 10 minutes later, I'm not cleaning. Next thing I know, it's 4 a.m. And I'm like, what the hell just happened to me? Went to work for the day, came home, watched it again. I watched a 5-hour video twice in one day. Just take little bites. Right? Every day I have a featured video on the app, right? And just watch every video every day while you have your coffee. That's all you got to do. And then you will know. Don't believe anything I say. Don't believe anything Gordon says. Verify everything. We'll just point to some doors. We'll show you some things. We'll tell you some things. You could go, hey, that could be true. Let me verify it. We got ourselves into this situation by believing the nonsense that was programmed into us before we could think.
Well said. Well said. I agree with you. And your app's available, is it on iOS and also
It's
on
iOS and Android. Working on a computer model version, which it was supposed to be pretty soon, but it might take a little longer than expected. But it'll come out. But iOS and Android, it's amazing. You can find it at flatearthdave.com. Just click the banner at the top. If you search Flat Earth, it'll come up right away on iOS, but on Google, there's a whole bunch of anti-flat earthers out there making all sorts of stuff using the same name. Just make sure it's by Blue Water Bay. It doesn't say Blue Water Bay there, but it's the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. But all you got to remember is flatearthdave.com, and just click the link. Click the link. And the app is $3 one-time charge, and then there's some higher features on there, about 10% of the app, that requires an $11 a year subscription. All right. Pretty cheap, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And whether you want to use the subscription or not, you should subscribe just to support me. But the subscription is awesome. It gives you a lot of ability to do some things. I just added in the images section, if I type in info sheet, I just typed in info. I got all these amazing info sheets. Like here's the heliocentric delusion. And it literally shows, all the different things. And it's great stuff to share with people. It's amazing. This one is why can't we see Polaris? Seeing farther equals no curvature. Water always finds its level. The globe religion is dead. It's just a great stuff to educate yourself. And then, of course, in here you could say select. I'm going to select 5 images. I'm going to text these to. Let's see. If I hit text, it's thinking for a second. You can share them on Telegram, on email. I don't know why it's held. There we go. So I'm going to go messages. I'm going to say Neil Neil
Neil
deGrasse
deGrasse
Tyson.
Tyson.
All right,
Wow,
and I'll
fantastic.
send it. Send him those.
I'm going to send it to all my family, and then they'll never speak to me again.
Well,
Yeah.
what I do is you can send them one image a day, or if people say there's no proof of flat Earth, I say go to this button right here, which is the flashcards, and just hit start, and it goes to there's over 200 different flat Earth proofs,
Wow.
and you can just pick one that you think is good, and they're short, and so you can just share it with them. You want if it has an info dot, there's a video that'll go with it,
Okay.
and there's over 200 proofs of the flat Earth. There's no proofs of the globe.
Hmm.
So
Fantastic work. Eh?
yeah,
I'm really impressed. Excellent. Good job. Eh?
thanks. Well,
Good
there's
job.
a lot more to it. There's the meetup maker. There's also the matchmaker. Becoming a flat earther, you want to find like-minded people.
Absolutely.
The matchmaker, it's literally like a dating app, all included with your $11 a year. And we also started a jobs board. If you're looking for a job or offering a job, you want awake and aware people. We don't want to work with Globers or for Globers. Therefore, we started our own jobs board, and it's going amazing.
Fantastic. Really
Yeah.
good. Really good. You're developing a massive community here. Yeah.
Yeah, there's over 230,000 people on the Friend Finder and a lot more in the app.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Really good. Well, listen, David, I know you've got a lot because I don't know how many more interviews are you doing today?
This is my last one. Thank God.
Way, okay. Um, I want to say thank you from me and from everybody on our channel as well. Thank you for the work that you've done. Keep going. You're doing a fantastic job, and just I don't know how many people you've helped to wake up, but keep at it because we need people like you.
Well, everybody can do their job. You never know who you're going to wake up. I woke up a lot of big flat earthers that are huge. They're very important flat earthers, but they woke up because of me. So if you wake up one person, you don't know who that person's going to wake up. So the app is to educate yourself and to educate others.
Yeah.
Right. If someone goes, well, on a flat earth, Eratosthenes figured it out with his sticks and shadows, just go to the frequently asked questions page and go to the sticks and shadows button right here. And you'll have the answer how that's nonsense. Well, what about gravity? Gravity. Why would they lie? Where does the sun go? And all of the videos are at your fingertips. What about eclipses? Eclipses actually prove the flat Earth, but you're told that they prove the globe, and the truth is the opposite of what they tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely. But Dave, thank you. You have a fantastic day, and maybe I hope to be able to speak to you in the future at some point
All right, Gordon.
when
Thanks so much.
everybody in the world knows that the Earth's flat.
So
Yeah.
that might be next Thursday.
But at the speed that we're going, it could well be.
Yeah, could be. Could be.
All right. Take
All
care.
right, all right, Gordon. Thanks.
Thank you.